might have that skinny friend who can eat whatever she wants and never gain a pound. Or you've seen someone like that featured in a documentary. Well, I am that skinny friend. And let me tell you, unless she's 18, your skinny friend is definitely watching what she eats. I'll also give you the insider scoop on how French women stay thin even with all of that cheese and chocolate that they seem to be consuming on a daily basis. And before I go on, let me drop the term skinny. I really dislike being called skinny. I'm not. Under my skin, there's more than enough muscle and fat. I am at an healthy weight and I work at maintaining that. On to the secrets of your thin friend. Number one is the attitude towards food. I eat because if I don't, I die. Now that sounds very, I know that sounds negative, but let me clarify. What it is that there are many other things in my life besides food, and most of those other things are actually more important than food. When I was a little girl, my mom would ring a loud bell at dinner time. Big house, big yard. And we had to drop whatever we were doing to go and sit at the dinner table. And as a child, I always perceived that as a disruption in my day. Once I was with the family at the table, I enjoyed the meal, but I always had something more interesting to do than eating. And that has remained. Now I have to take care of myself. And so I do plan my meals. There's a time when I say, oh, time to stop working and time to have lunch. When I go out, I don't go out to eat. Food is very rarely the center of my activity. I will enjoy an ice cream with friends or family, but it will come in the middle of something else that we all went out to do. Number two, I am tuned to what my body tells me and I listen to it. I have a nicely working set of signals, hunger signals. I credit that to my upbringing, which was not in the United States. But I believe that if you don't have a working set of signals, they can be restored, or at least partly, and I will get into that later in this video. The first one of the signals is the feed me now signal, hunger pangs. If it's far from a meal, then I would have a cup of tea, some nuts, half a fruit, or a chocolate experience. The key to the chocolate experience is that it's highly satisfying, but does not contain a lot of calories. So what I use is high quality chocolate. I swear by Lindt, I'm Swiss. Dark chocolate. And 1 square of these is about 60 calories. But it feels like a lot more because the taste is just so rich. And if I'm getting feed me now signals between meals, then I adjust how much I eat because it means that I did not eat the right thing or didn't eat enough during my meals. Another important signal is the you've had enough signal. And this is the one that comes near the end of a meal, and it signals the end of the meal. And that's the signal that a lot of people miss. It comes before the I'm stuffed signal. And what it is, it really is, when I'm eating, I'm constantly thinking about how does this next bite make me feel? Is it a, oh yum, this is so delicious, I need this? Or is it a, okay, this is good? Or is it a, meh? Or is it a, okay, how long is this going to go on? I stop eating somewhere between the meh and the how long is this going to go on. Number 3 is constant vigilance. I take that one out of the French dieting. In France, there is the faire attention diet, which is not a diet. What it is, it's faire attention, is pay attention. I'm constantly thinking about how my clothes fit. I pay attention if one day I know I had a big meal, there was maybe a party and I indulged. Well, the next day I'll try to correct the previous day. For instance, by maybe skipping breakfast. Typically I won't be hungry anyway because I'm still processing what I ate the day before. So those kinds of small course adjustments, or you can reduce a portion of rice. I'll just take a spoonful out for a few days, and I'll do that until I can button my skirts comfortably again. The faire attention diet requires number 4. Number 4 is having an awareness of the calorie content of foods. When I was a kid, I was the kid who would read the cereal box. In my case, it was the hot cocoa box. And by the way, the important information on food packaging is not on the front. It's on the side or in the back. For instance, did you know that a 12-ounce can of soda, regular soda, contains 150 calories? If I drink 3 of these for someone my size and with my calorie needs, that's a whole meal. So I can skip lunch if I drink 3 cans of soda in a day, except that I got all the calories but none of the nutrition. Sugar is generally something to be aware of and something to try and really cut out of one's, not completely cut out, but reduce from one's diet. And in the US, there was a big smear campaign against fat, and we're still, we haven't come out of that, I don't think. So I don't freak out about fat, and I always buy whole foods, no reduced fat. Now, of course, fatty food does not constitute the majority of my diet. The way I know that is that I do have a diet that's centered around plants. Like I'll eat a good share of vegetables in my meal, and once I've eaten all my vegetables, I know that whatever else I eat won't be bad, won't be too much. So I go whole milk, whole yogurt, or yogurt made out of whole milk, and butter, like real butter. There's 2 reasons for that. One, it's because they're more natural foods. Like if you read the food label on whole yogurt, it says grade A milk and cultures. And I can't tell you what's on the food label for a low-fat yogurt, but it's scary. You can't pronounce half of it, so I just think it's better not to put that into my body. Plus, it doesn't taste good. The texture's not nice. And if something is not satisfying, we tend to eat more. And then you don't get as much joy out of eating, so what's the point? So I read something, I forget who said that, but they said when you get older, it's good. You need to be more choosy. You can't like eat all of the cookies and everything that you could afford when you were young. So what you want to do is to just make it good. If you eat a sweet, oh gosh, it's gotta be good. So I completely go by that.